All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Detroit!
Off the play fake. Wilkins. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilkins throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now a play fake here on first down. Being chased out left. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
On second down, here's Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. A big play here for the Bills. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All right, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Allen now to throw on second down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. Here's Myers now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. On first down, Allen. He's going to let one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Lucky 56. Detroit.
Allen looking to throw on 2nd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And they'll run it here. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Back to throw. Wilkins. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. A good pickup there, a 22.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Gronk's first catch, good for a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Detroit! Detroit!
On first down, Wilkins. On the right side, he finds Burnett. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. In for the score. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
56. Watch him now, Barney.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. And let's not take for granted, in these conditions, that's never an easy pass and catch.
You really got to find a way to drive the ball. You know, get your grip. You know, that's why we see some of the guys now that put the gloves on when they throw the ball in this type of a condition. Sometimes the glove might make it too slippery. So you've got to figure out what's going to work for you. But how about the receivers? Looking back and trying to locate the ball coming through snow and making sure they have full concentration.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A first throw for the backup Trubisky. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. First throw now for the backup Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And now running right through it. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10.
Lucky 56.
And they'll go on the ground. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throwing on first down. Wilkins. Open man left side is Gronkowski. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Operating from the gun. Wilkins. Wide open, Gronkowski. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
To throw on 2nd down. Wilkins. Now he'll escape to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. It's their quarterback on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos will extend their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Here's Myers now to kick it away. The Bills getting set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Trubisky. He's going to wind up and air it out. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taken from just outside the 30. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. On 1st and 10, Wilkins steps away to his left. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going. To be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Detroit!
On first down, Wilkins. Eluding the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They go play action here on first down. Going for it all. Cortland Sutton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos add on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point up and through by Myers. And a route is on here in this first half. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
4 down. Check. 180. Lock in.
They pitch out to Howard. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
18.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He sets to fire deep. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. 77 yards. And the Broncos continue to pour it on. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Blue, blue. Sit up. 180.
This is Howard on second down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Sit up. 180. Red, up.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. With 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in a shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yard.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18.
Sit up. 180. Hey, 18.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now it's Trubisky. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 19 on third and 18, and that'll move the chains. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down. So
a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
we go. You see it? You see it? Four down. Alert. Set up. 180. Red, up. Red, up.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Von Miller in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Hey, 4 down. 18. Set up. 180. Red, up.
Now Trubisky. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Von Miller in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Elsewhere, a third-quarter score from NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the Texans who have scored to grab the lead there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. From the gun, Wilkins. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result.
Go. Lock in.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Lock in.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. He just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
180. Lock in.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll start out here with the option left. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made by the second-round pick, Isaiah Oliver. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Looking to throw on second down. Wilkins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be third down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Come on, oh, come on, oh. Hot. Hot.
To throw on third down. Wilkins. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. He'll have the win at his back here in the fourth quarter. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll get it.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Justin Houston in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Trubisky. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Trubisky now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hey, 18. Sit up. 180. 57. Mike, 57.
Here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Sit up. 180.
Throwing here, Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Bills on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
Hey, we got 4. We got Reds up.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Von Miller in there for a milestone sack, number 150 in his great career as he continues to climb the all-time leaderboard. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Denver getting set to take the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And they'll run it here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to fight through one tackle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Attack here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
Gun! Alert! Hot!
And they take a knee. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our